on Tuesday night, U.S. time, Joe Biden did one of his occasional sit-downs with a friendly journalist, this time the very friendly Jake Tapper at CNN. Now, naturally, even for this game of softball, the president brought his own note cards, which he promptly dropped.
We passed so much legislation that significantly makes a point about, for example, the American Rescue Plan.
Nice save there, Jake. He also defended his record and addressed claims that he's too old to do the job.
You may not like what I got done, but the vast majority of the American people do like what I got done.
This would be news to plenty of Americans, given that Joe Biden's approval rating is now below 50% on his handling of the top 10 issues Americans care about, according to the latest Ipsos poll. Now, Jake Tapper did, though, ask a few tough questions about subjects like the Biden's wastrel son, Hunter Biden.
The prosecutors think they have enough to charge your son Hunter for tax crimes and a false statement about a gun purchase.
First of all, I'm proud of my son.
Well, I'm glad you're proud of Hunter, Mr. President, but please, do go on.
By the way, this thing about a gun, I didn't know anything about it, but turns out that when he made my application to purchase a gun, what happened was I guess you get asked, you get asked the question, are you on drugs, you use drugs? He said no. And he wrote about saying no in his book. So I have great confidence in my son.
Sounds like the president just threw his son under the bus for lying on a gun application. But anyway, if you can figure out what he was saying, let me know via Sky News. But in all seriousness, there are two very important points to make about all of this. Number one, the fact that Tapper asked the question at all about Hunter Biden in such a staged, managed setting means that the feds will probably charge Hunter Biden with something sooner rather than later. And two, as Mick Mulvaney has spoken about many times on this program, that is likely going to be a fate by the Justice Department to look even-handed before dropping a much bigger indictment on Donald Trump. But that's not the only thing to say about the president's performance for CNN here. Remember, the Democrats are in a fight for their lives at the midterms. Republicans are projected to pick up at least 2 Senate seats, and on a generic ballot, they are well ahead of the Democrats. So, where is the president? Is he out campaigning for his fellow Democrats? Nope. He is hiding in the White House and giving softball interviews to friendly journalists. This is not just because the White House doesn't trust him to go out on the stump without making a clown of himself, but also because Democrat candidates are now reportedly asking him to stay away, lest Joe Biden's stumbling incompetence and general unpopularity drag them down in their own races. And that is a problem not just for the party of the left, but for all of America.